Okay, well the stream should be started up. So, other than that, I'm gonna share this stream across like all my social media. There's like some things in here. Obviously put it in live streams. Of course there's a train. Fuck trains, man. Fuck trains, man. Hello, Roman. Just stay in. I'm gonna mute myself for 2 reasons. I'm gonna spread this through social media so we can get more people in here. And there's a train right outside my freaking house. Anyway, feel free to ask questions while the time is waiting, and I'll make sure to answer them because I'm going to be taking questions as well. But I'm also going to be spreading my thoughts on me and CALLMECYAN's rematch, which will be happening in boxing. My first boxing match, his first boxing match, and my second ever rematch with him. And, well, his first ever hand-to-hand combat. This would be... I'm not going to count that right now. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to mute myself. New Magic Wand is a very, very good song by Tyler, the Creator. I do not disagree with you, brother. But I know you probably have questions up your sleeve. You just haven't got to the point yet. You'll get questions. I just gotta start talking about some stuff. But I need to share this at least on Instagram, and then that'll be it. And I have to direct message people, so we'll send it to Evan, Daniel, Sean, Gavin, and yeah, that should be it. And then I'm gonna like post some okay, screw off, Daniel. I don't care. I just wanted to send it to you. You didn't have to. Gonna respond to that. Anyway, let's see what we got here. I'm just gonna send this out. Going live on the YouTubes. That's not how you spell YouTubes. Fuck. On the YouTubes, talking and answering questions. Come drop by and ask or just listen. It would be very appreciated. Thanks and have a nice day. That's a good post. Alright. Oh, frick. That hurt my throat. Ow. Let's just get this up and running. Alright. So, welcome to the stream, everybody. We're going to be talking about my face-off that I went through today, which was literally a couple hours ago, depending on what time it is, which I'm going to check right now. It's 9:45 p.m. I faced off around 2:59 or 8, or maybe even 2:55 around the time we started doing the fight, and I think it might have ended around like 3, and then it took some time to edit it a little bit, so 3:30. And then from 3:30 I just uploaded the video. It's up. You can watch it. Make sure to watch it after this, or if you want to go watch that real quick, it's not that long. It's 2 minutes and some odd seconds. But I'm here to talk about that first off, and then we're gonna go into the talk about facing Sean in our rematch, which I have so much things to say about that. But we're gonna go with the little Dante shit first. So, speaking of little Dante, this would be me and his third time facing off, especially in hand-to-hand combat, literally just fist fighting. I mean, you could kick, it's MMA, so we don't really do kicking, we just, bleh. Like I said, I'm more of a boxing guy than an MMA guy. I have no ground game, I have decent submissioncy, and the rest is literally just hands. I can kick real good. I hear that I kick real hard from most people that have taken kicks by me to the gut, the chest, and even the side of the head. Yes, I've kicked people in the side of the head before, because my dad used to be a former MMA cage fighter, which is pretty cool, so I'm going into training under him. He said it's a little bit hard to transfer an MMA fighter, especially an MMA trainer, to immediately train someone for boxing, especially when I've been doing MMA longer. If you've seen the recent hand-to-hand fight that I actually did from my face-offs, which was what ended the year for us minor YouTubers, I feel like, for 19, which was me and Noah's 4th face-off, which was in MMA, which I lost, yes, in the 3rd round by way of submission. I'm proud of it, but at the same time very disappointed that I didn't lose. But at the same time I can understand why I didn't. I only had 3 months of training to my name. But even so, that's not what this topic's about. It is about MMA, but it's not about Noah. That's what I'm trying to specify here. But anyway, continuing on with that, I'm still in training camp because, well, not camp, just literally training here at my household. I'm thinking about going to the gym. We don't know if it's the rec center or the Planet Fitness, like literally down the road. If you know where I live, then you'll know it's literally down the road on the side of the street here in Pryor, Oklahoma. Anyway, but from so far we've just been training in my household. My dad actually said during the little Dante face-off that I have enough power after the training that we've done to TKO somebody, but he said most likely the only way I would be able to get that is if they slipped a jab or like a straight right and I hit him with a hook, an uppercut, or a big roundhouse kick, which apparently I'm super good at those because we have like the Everlast silver pro bags that I got for my birthday when I turned 16. Party was crazy, by the way. And he holds it, which the thing is like 50 pounds, so it's like super heavy, so that's also part of my training as well. Just he'd pick it up or I'd pick it up, and there's squats with it, but it's not like, oh, you hold it and then squat, because that thing's gonna drop. It's 50 pounds. So what you do is you lift it and set it on your shoulders. Like, I don't know if anybody watches like wrestling like John Cena does or Brock Lesnar does when they lift them on their shoulders. It's called a fireman's carry. Alright, and you put it on your shoulders and you start doing squats with it, or you walk around or run with it on your shoulders. It really helps the shoulders it builds stiff jabs. So when you jab, it's not like, oh, he stunned me. Like if I hit you with a jab, it's gonna be stiff, powerful, and it's gonna hurt. And then that's gonna sign up for the big hook, which is gonna hurt even worse. It's gonna be even stiffer, and I'm gonna go all the way through with it, and that's gonna lead to the TKO, or if lucky, it's a KO, which I haven't got. I've gotten a TKO before on the same person that we're talking about here. Luckily, I got my first submission victory, surprisingly. I feel like my mindset in that fight was actually good. I actually thought I calmed myself. I didn't panic like I did in the Noah fight. I didn't underestimate, because he could have gotten better after the last 2 fights that we faced off against into each other. So there was that, and then not to mention, what was it? Frick. There was also the fact of, oh, I am fighting a guy that I faced twice already, and this is my 3rd time facing him, but at the same time, he had a lot, like, I took him to the ground, or at least tried to, and he managed to get on top, which is a really bad position for me, but seeing how I'm all technical and crap from other stuff, like ROL, where we did it off scripted, which was off camera, which none of you guys know about that, and then also like practicing with it, with the scriptedness when we were putting it on YouTube, I'm very technical, and that kind of just helped me there, because I didn't panic once he was on top of me. Tried to hit me, didn't really get any hits. He was kind of like head lowered to my shoulder most of the time, which is also a good position, but it's worse for him, especially if he's on top, where he has perfect position for ground and pound, submissions, or just on top is like the best thing you could do in an MMA fight. If you're on bottom and you have a good ground game, like a little bit of what I do when I'm on bottom, it's a good thing to have, because if you're on bottom, you can get in, if you're very technical, and you can just get in an armbar quickly. There's the guillotine, which I've hit on Noah and him in that face-off, but I didn't really do it effectively enough. And then there was the Kimura lock that you can lock in, which is a modified armbar where you lock your hands under one of the arms, left or right, and you pull it behind their head until it's in a very uncomfortable position to where you just are basically in enough pain to tap out, unless you go past that pain and you risk getting your arm broken, which is very possible in that position with that submission move. And that's how I ended the fight. I got my first submission win. I wanted a TKO, but I didn't fucking get it. And what's the saddest thing about me being disappointed a little bit in myself is because when my dad said I had enough power to get a TKO win, I'm assuming he meant get this TKO win in the fucking first round. Get it. Because if you get it in the first round, no matter if this guy's not as strong or has none experience, it still shows off how fast, clean, and quick you are into putting someone down into the ground. And then your next opponent will be a little bit scared, or will most likely prepare more, which, okay. But my mindset was just to go in there, have fun, clean fight. Everyone walks out a little bit hurt, but still unscathed enough to where we're able to still walk, no broken bones. Yeah, all that stuff. No hospital needed. And it did that. I might have banged him up a little bit. There was a point to where in the match where if you see us splitting up, I have my hands on my hips because I got really scared that I hurt him badly. See, what happened was I repeatedly jabbed him and then hit straights into his chest because it was body shots only. We didn't do face shots. I'm full on for face shots, by the way, but now but no one wants to do them, which I respect, but you know, it would add to the fun of it. That's not my problem. Continuing on with the story, and he goes and hits like a whole bunch of jab flurries on me. I'm over here blocking and crap, and I think he hits me across the head, And that's when I'm like, oh crap, maybe he forgot the rules. And then I go to hit him in the head, and he dodges out of the way. And I think I hit him with a hook, and he meets me with the hook, and I hook him. He hooks me into the shoulder real hard, and I feel it, and it hurts a little bit. And then I hook up, so it's like a hook, but I switched it into an uppercut, and it bangs his hand, and his hand just goes flying up in the air, which leaves me open to hit a jab and a straight, which I hit to the midsection, and then the straight to the chest area. And he kind of just backed up a little bit. I said, this is my chance to get the TKO victory that my dad wanted. And I went for it, didn't. He's over here saying calling timeout. He's taking a break like Noah did when I accidentally kneed him in the face. And I took every opportunity like, there's no breaking matches, I'm going to go for it. So I fly a freaking hook and a jab. He says, he doesn't say anything. I hit a real big jab straight to his chest. And he bends down and says timeout. And that's when I realized he's hurt. I backed up because I'm not to hurt someone really badly. And even if it was in the Noah fight, I still would have backed up. But Noah wasn't really badly hurt. It was a knee to the face. He took it like a man. At this point, Marley's pretty much screwed, or Lil Dante in this case. So we take a little bit 5-second break for him. He takes the glove off, looks at his hand, puts the glove back on. We're ready to go to finish the first round. So I try to take him to the ground to finish it there, but the final seconds of the first round still going. And he gets a flying twist on me, and I managed to twist back into it, but I land back onto the mat, and he lands on top of me, which he's got a perfect position. And so there, we just clinch on the ground for a little bit, and then it's over. We go into the second round, and I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get the first round TKO like my dad wanted. But there was still a chance. It was still early. It was 3 rounds, 2 minutes each round. So then we go into the second round. First minute's up after a couple of shots between us. I hit a real big kick to his shin, which you can hear, the clap sound effect from me kicking him in the shin. You should go watch the video. And then from there, I go for the ground takedown. Again, he manages to get on top. But I managed to slam him real good, but he manages to move on top. He's getting quick there. And I try the cradle. I lock my hands after a tough trying. You can see it in the camera. I try to turn him. He starts trash talking because I can't get him off me. So therefore, I try to lift my head up. I get around him, hit a few big rib hook shots, and he returns the favor, hooking me in the ribs, and then knees me in the ribs. And that's when I felt like, okay, I'm gonna get tired. Which, by the way, I didn't feel tired at all. I got tired and aired out versus Noah in after the first round, and that sucked. Those 3 rounds sucked for me. I was gasping for air, sucking in air. I asked for a water break. I wanted water. I don't know. It was like when you run out of air that hard and still getting hit with that much air, less out of your lungs, it hurts more. It's stressing you more. It panics you more. It makes you weaker. It makes you slower. It makes your kicks and everything more like less powerful than what they need to be. And it just sucks. Trust me. But I felt less aired out here. After the knee, I started losing a little bit of breath because that was a real big knee from him on the ground on my ribs. And that's when I saw his arm opening after the rib hooks that he was hitting on top. And that's when I took the opportunity to grab it, not in a very good lock position, but still enough to grab his arm, hook it in, and just lean back for the Kimura. And he taps out right there, giving me the second round victory by submission and adding to my record of 1 draw, 4 losses. And now, formerly 7, but now 8 wins. So, and your boy is still YouTube Minors champion. So that's good. And going into that means we still have the title opportunity face off in the boxing match against Sean, which is now I'm going to get on that situation now. And there's semi beef in this match, but there's not enough. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of beef behind this now. That's personal and some that's not personal. Mostly just us trash talking each other, but it's getting some beef. It's beefier than what our first match was. And honestly, this second rematch actually makes sense. Because first off, Sean is very interested with the last face-offs that I've been doing, that have been MMA. Because I stepped up from arm wrestling and straight testing to freaking... I want to punt. I want to knock someone out, and that's when we got to the MMA shit. And then after that, I've just devoted myself to that. I got into boxing, and now I'm wanting to box someone. We haven't had any boxing. Everyone's wanting to do MMA, so I'm sticking with MMA. And then here I am, wanting boxing. People want to box me, but they don't own any boxing gloves. And if they do, their family takes it and hides it from them, and I get stuck with another MMA match, which I'm totally fine with, but I would rather do something that I actually like a little bit more than MMA, which is boxing. I am interested more in that sport, and that is what I want to dedicate a little bit more to than MMA. And arm wrestling and strength testing. And Sean's been getting interested in boxing and wants me to teach him it. But at the same time, I'm not going to, because that gives him an upper hand for our face-off rematch in March, which is literally next month, now that it's February. And yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of shit going in February. Now that this fight's over, I'm gonna train, but at the same time, I'm going to hang out a lot more, because there's a lot of special stuff happening this month, and during the end of it, who knows if anything special is gonna happen. So there's that. And then come March, there's a lot of special stuff coming up again, especially on March 27th. That's a big special day for me. And then after that, there's the fight. Don't know if it'll be before March 27th or after March 27th, but it definitely is not happening on that day. So that. But the story probably behind why me and him are facing off in a boxing match is because he's more interested in boxing. He doesn't want to do an arm wrestling again. And I can understand, because me and his first face-off was an arm wrestling thing, and he got straight dominated. He didn't win anything. I beat him in the first and second round. We didn't even have to go to a third round. That's how much I dominated him. And he blames it on the fact of him not getting a round or even winning in that case was because of a man named Daniel, who goes by the name of, in our YouTube group, WhiteBoy26, but uniformly known as WhiteBoyGhost26, who has a background in the YouTube Gamers division, not the managers, but the YouTube Gamers division, and he has 1 loss, 0 wins, and 0 draws. And that loss comes from Gavin, which was on August 25th, the same night that it was me, John, him, and Gavin, and some guy named Chris, which you guys should a little bit know of because he's been on the channel, but at the same time, he was in the most recent GTA Online, but he wasn't like there for the full stream. And and we were all there chilling. They face off after the press conference. A little bit of heat, not much. It's still friendly beef, and they face off. This was also around the time that I was training to fight Jarrett, or Janet the editor in your guys' case, who's another YouTuber who is officially retired from YouTubing, or in this case quit, because he's not, you know. But which by now that's like my first loss that I've ever taken. That's when I became 0 wins, 0 draws, and 1 loss. Great. So, I never had to ever say that I was undefeated. I was never undefeated. I was always defeated. But at the same time, if you look at me now, I still have more wins than I do losses. And those 4 losses don't even come from like 4 people. They come from 3 people. That means only 3 people can beat me. And one of those people is like in a Gamers division. That was a Gamers division match, so I don't really count that as a really big loss, which was Shinrei Agarashi. Okay, I don't think that is a really big loss. Honestly, that face-off was literally just for me to try and become what I want to be later on, if I didn't get it there, which I didn't, but I'm wanting to become later on, which was a double champion. where I hold the minor's title and the gamer's title at the same time. That unfortunately didn't happen, and he beat me 2-10. So, yeah. But he's not champion anymore. Ares beat him, giving Shinra his first loss. And so Shinra is now 2-1. So he's not allowed to say he's undefeated either. Ares got 1. He's undefeated. Janet's undefeated. There's not many people you can say that's undefeated. Noah Hayes, he's been defeated before. And he only has 1 defeat. And guess who that person is? That's me. I defeated him in our first face-off. In our second face-off, he won, but in a stupid way, which caused a rematch, which was our third fight, which ended in a draw, which caused me to want a rematch with him, which led to our fourth face-off, where he beat me again, but this time not in a crappy way. He went through the straight 3 rounds, and he tapped me out. Does not mean that he does not have a loss, though, so he's still defeated. I don't care. He's still defeated. And at least I can say I've beaten him before. But that's not about him. About Sean. Sean has 0 wins, 0 draws, and 1 loss. And that 1 loss is also me. And that was from our face-off. So I think the reason why this rematch drives him, even if he doesn't really want it as much as everybody else did who voted for this rematch, which is literally what it was. It was literally an Instagram poll and a Twitter poll. And it's crazy how much people wanted to see that face-off, which I'm very grateful that people are interested in stuff that is going on much, especially just people getting involved who want to try that sport out. Unprofessionally, yes, but still nonetheless entertaining in some points of views. So I'm very grateful to all the people that voted on the Twitter and Instagram polls. Thank you. But it was very fueling. He was very unsure, like he was with the first bout. Going into it, he was like, really? I don't really want to do this again. But at the same time, he did. And I asked him, okay, we could do it, and we could do it easy. It's not like I'm gonna immediately be like, hey, we're facing in MMA. Oh, hey, we're facing in boxing. I actually want the opponent to choose the stipulation more than I would rather choose the stipulation. So I honestly just gave him the opportunity. I was like, okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to just do an arm wrestle like we did in our first bout? And he was like, no, I want to do boxing. And now that's when I got excited, because now I can finally have my first boxing match like I'm wanting to, because I'm very interested in that sport more than I am with MMA and the other stipulations that the minor's title can be defended in, which is literally arm wrestling and strength tests. And we haven't had any strength tests since when Roman faced Janet, which that's been deleted from his channel along with all the rest of his videos because everyone was scared of the Copa thing, which I was a bit, but I didn't risk doing all that crap. And here I am still making videos along with this live stream, so it kind of proves that we're all fine and the threats were bogus as all get out. But other than that, I think that really fueled Sean, and it fueled me, because that means I'm getting what I want. I'm getting a boxing rematch. Sure, I'm fighting my best friend, but at the same time, it also fuels me because now this is a good build-up story. Fans wanted to see it. He was unsure about it. He wants a boxing match. I wanted a boxing match at the start, before, after facing Jimmy. And now I'm getting it. We're getting a rematch for it in March. And I think what's also fueling Sean to do this is that one loss that he has in his name, which is me. He gets a second opportunity to prove what he said after I beat him, which was, if it wasn't for Daniel or any other people that were making him laugh during the face-off, which is what made him apparently weak enough to where his arm fell over to mine, pressure, then if you want a chance to prove that that's right, here you go. You have the chance now, come March, but this time in boxing. So sure, it's not like that, but at the same time, yeah. But I'm sure he might come up with another excuse of if I do beat him, which I'm not gonna underestimate him. He's tall, he's big, he's a little bit, he's unathletic. I'll tell you that much, and I think he can agree on that. But at the same time, he's got height. He's got a lot of weight on him, so that could impact more powerful hits. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm over here like, why would you want to lose weight? I would rather have a little bit more weight on me than I already have, because I could use that to my advantage if I wanted to, you know, bang, knock someone out clean. That's it, cut. But he's trying, I guess, getting cardio in. I'm still training, and yeah, this is his chance to prove his point. This is my chance to prove how much I've been training for this, how much I'm inspired to do this, how much I'm ready to do this, how much I think this is gonna be the testament. Everyone thought it was gonna be the Noah fight. No, this is the testament. I'm not the same Nova, like I've been saying on social media, and to people, I'm not the same Nova that lost to Noah Hayes. I'm the champion now, and the champion is going to climb the mountain even higher than what I have to capture the title, because I can and I will, and I'm gonna work my balls off to do whatever I can to win a match from now on. If I lose, I still am going to push you as far as I say I'm going to do. And I'm saying this not just directly to everyone that's wanting to come after me for this title, or just me in general, but this is also just a message to Sean as well, that no matter how much he trains and how much he wants to back up that statement that he did from our last bout when he lost, I'm going to give him that second one come March. No underestimate. There's a lot of respect, some beef, not a whole lot, more of a friendly beef, but at the same time there was some personal shit said. I felt like I dealt with that a little bit on Twitter. People jumped in that weren't needed, but at the same time they were shut down as well, getting all butthurt and defensive, which I'm not going to get on here on YouTube, but I am going to say shit went down. If you have Twitter, you can check it out. So I guess do if you want to. There's really no point in doing it, but hey, if you're interested in beef, no matter if it's in real life or on social media, then you're free to do it. Other than that, I posted on Instagram today about my win, posted on Twitter about my win, saying hashtag and still, and I don't think I'm going to be saying hashtag and new for a very long time for the minors division. Maybe saying it a few times for the gamers division, it all depends. But nah, man, I want to plan on holding this title for a good time before I drop it or lose it to someone better than me, because there's always going to be someone out there that's better than you. It's a proven fact, always going to be. But I know Sean isn't, and come March I will prove that fact. I will prove that as a fact. And my prediction is going to most likely, I'm predicting the way I win is going to be second round domination. I think he can get past the first round, but then that tiredness, no matter how much cardio he apparently has been working on, he said, it's still gonna get to him. And it's gonna knock him. Second round domination. That's how I feel like it to win. It's just gonna be too much pressure for him. It's gonna be way too much pressure for him. Again, no underestimation. Mad respect. He's a brother. He's a friend. He does a lot of stupid shit, but at the same time, I feel like we can settle all those differences come March, and that's why I love this sport. If you want to talk, settle it there. Settle it there. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say. I'm fueled for it. I want to say fueled for it. But if he isn't, he's gonna have to be, because if he isn't prepared, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck tremendously. So, again, we're gonna see what's happening coming March, but if I'm gonna be put down, I'm gonna go out with a bang. I said that during the Noah fight, and well, people say I got dominated. I'm not gonna lie, it's from the footage, it did look like I got like totally dominated throughout those 3 rounds. But off the, like, just in my mind in that face off, it didn't feel like I was getting dominated, but at the same time I was just like, ooh, I gotta do something, or else I'm gonna lose. And I kind of tried to do something, but at the same time the tiredness kicked in. Yeah, and honestly that was my first real fight. And now, after that little Dante fight, knowing that, oh, I'm not gonna get tired as much now, I've made it to the 2nd round, we're already 1 minute in, and I'm realizing in my head, not even thinking about the fight or the opponent, while I'm dealing with the opponent in the fight, thinking about my stamina and how much I'm not even breathing hard. Sure, I'm breathing, I'm taking gusts of, like, not gusts, but just some breathing, but it's not as much as I was during Noah's face-off. And I think that I'm gonna still work on it, obviously, but I think that's what's gonna have me get the upper hand over Sean. Not to mention, I'm quicker now with my hits. I've studied, my dad studied. I'm a lot quicker with hits now, and that's gonna be good. Maneuvering wise, we're still gonna work on that a little bit. I'm quick at that more. I'm more and improved. Let's just say that. I'm not gonna specify everything, but Sean needs to get that work in. He's got to buy the unboxing gloves like he needs to. We've literally got 1 month now, because we haven't even specified a day for March. We literally just said it's in the month of March. So that could be in any day in March, besides March 27th. We've already specified that over social media and in person. Don't know when the press conference will be. Most likely somewhere around this month. And I can't wait, honestly. Can't wait for the fight either. It's gonna be exciting. Yeah. And that's basically what goes through my mind and what my point of view right now on Sean is. Yeah, and just I love this sport, man. I'm in fight mode, but at the same time I'm also in love mode, because I've been hanging with, yeah. So yeah, that's literally everything of the topic of the video that I've just discussed in literally less than an hour, or 38 minutes in. So I hate to end the stream here, but at the same time, that we've literally got through the whole 2 topics that I wanted to say. I don't think anyone's gonna be coming in to ask any questions, if I'm being perfectly honest here. So, other than that, yeah. Wish me luck, guys. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm thinking the press conference is gonna be this month, so stay tuned for that. Feel free to come up with questions during that. I was hoping to get some questions in here. Yeah, just well now, right when I'm about to end this stream, we get a person in, but her or him is most likely probably going to leave, because I've already talked about the 2 topics, but we can always go back into, and yeah, yep, there's still a person in though, because I'm not on my stream anymore. It says there's 1 person watching. I just now hopped into my stream. Well, if there is 1 person watching, because I honestly felt like it was just me. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, like I was saying, take care. Have the rest of the day off for you guys. I'm gonna get some more training in, and here in a minute. Hungry, I'm thirsty. We're talking a whole lot, and yeah, man. March is going to be a good night. March is going to be a really good month. For everything. And so is this month. Again, don't know when the press conference is scheduled. I'm wanting it to be around this month of February, just to get just personally to get it out of the way for both of us, and yeah, get it out of the way. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this stream and listening to my thoughts. Get your questions ready for the press conference, because we're going to be taking up some there, as we were supposed to in here, but didn't really. Yeah, that's all I've got to really say. Anyway, take care, guys, and peace.